Okay, so today I am talking with Kelsey Maher. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Maher? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that's perfect. First try. Most people, it takes like 2 or 3 tries. So.
Kelsey is a voiceover actor, and she is the narrator for Summer Bucket List. So thank you so much for doing this today. I'm glad that our schedules worked out that we could do this.
Exactly.
So is this your sound booth that you're in right now?
Yeah. So this is my home studio. This is my booth.
That's really cool.
It's kind of like a pop-up tent, basically, but with acoustic blankets.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so this is a newer upgrade as of the last couple of months for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I didn't have this when I was recording Summer Bucket List.
Really? That's
no.
really cool.
When I was recording Summer Bucket List, I had my first ever microphone, and I was still kind of like fresh to voice acting.
Yeah.
And so I had like a little like foam box thing that I put around my microphone so it wouldn't echo as much.
Right.
But then again, I was also in like a teeny tiny apartment in Los Angeles, so there wasn't much to echo off of.
Yeah. So how did you get into the voiceover acting?
Well, funny you should ask that. So for voice acting, it's kind of been this lifelong journey, because even as a child, I knew that I wanted to do acting of some sort. Kind of started with like the church play where I got to play a camel who did a rap for Jesus. And it just grew from there. And so, yeah, it's just like I found this passion for just portraying different characters growing up, and I was actually an extremely shy kid. Like,
really?
There was a point in life where I was pretty much mute because I was like afraid to use my voice.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of interesting to have that like dichotomy within yourself where you're like, like I don't want to like speak my own mind, but I'll let a character speak for me, and that's kind of where I find my freedom and found more of myself through theater and acting. And then also growing up, I was super into Japanese animation, and I still am. That is definitely on the goal list to get into animation someday. But right now I'm still in audiobooks. I've been doing more commercial gigs, and then I've also been doing like audio dramas, which are a lot of fun, and it's, you know, like little short things, so 10 minutes long or something that you just kind of like put on a character for that little instance, and then you get to go on to the next thing.
So almost like the I don't even know what you called them back, like pre-TV kind of were stories, like kind of like that, like acting them out. So listener has to use their imagination, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So kind of like a radio show.
Yeah, okay, that's what it's called. That's what I was looking
at.
That's it.
So yeah, doing stuff like that. I do have one project that I'm working on that is like basically like a fan web comic, or not a fan web comic. It's a web comic. So people who watch anime usually read manga. So it's just putting the voices to the voice bubbles in those. And then you watch it online, kind of like a webtoon.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, so I'm still kind of like building up my repertoire, and I'm also working with a coach to be able to create like a demo reel that I can send to people and say like, hey, here's some of my characters that I can do. Here's my voice. So take it or leave it.
Well, and so I've noticed on some of your posts on Instagram talking about working with a coach, and I was wondering if you're working with like a vocal coach for singing, or if it was an acting coach, or, you know, what your practice is.
Absolutely. So there's a couple ways you could go, but right now I'm working with specifically an animation voiceover coach. So we're working on technique, we're working on how to find your character voice, keep it consistent, and also like how to make it realistic. Well, it's also still like, wow, you would not hear this voice in real life. I guarantee.
Right.
But you know, there are so many like crazy out there things on like Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Disney.
Yeah.
All that. But there's still like a living quality about it, and it's how to keep that going while also being in this otherworldly character.
Yeah.
So that's mostly what I get to work on with her is finding those voices and how to make it realistic for everybody else.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a blast. I love her. My coach is Kirsten Day, and she's just a heavenly person. If you've never met her, I hope you meet her someday.
When you work with someone that is, it's, you know, when it works, you know, like it's someone you click, it just makes it so much more enjoyable. So my daughters both sing, so they have a vocal coach that they've, you know, worked with. And I know that it's, you know, watching them improve and seeing how much they enjoy it and what they get out of it, you know, I think it makes it exciting to, you know, kind of hone your craft when you have someone that, you know, works so well with you.
Absolutely. Like she also just brings out a lot of good things out of me. Like she knows like the right keywords and things to stress in my performance that I'm like, right, that'll take it up a notch and take it to the next level. So shout out to Kirsten Day. Thank you, Kirsten.
So is voiceover acting, you know, do you want to eventually get into acting in front of a camera, or is voiceover your home? Like that's what you want?
Well, funny enough, I actually started out in film acting from school. So
okay.
I went to school. I got my Bachelor of Fine Arts in acting for stage and screen.
Okay.
And from there, I was doing auditions for student films and then commercials and all of that fun stuff. But there was just something about voiceover where I felt like I really found a home.
Yeah.
And it's also because it's less about the way you look.
Yeah.
And there's just something about the voiceover community too that's so like, we just want to take you in and we just want you to do your best and like lift each other up. And it's just like, it's the coolest thing I feel like I've ever been a part of. And there's plenty of people that I've met on like Instagram and Twitter, especially during this time when we're like all home and basically the only friendships we can make are online at the moment. And just the people that I have met in the voiceover community truly have, like, they've given me a breath of fresh air. And I feel like I can push forward and be inspired by them to keep going and keep auditioning, because now it's becoming a very saturated market. Like there's a lot of people who are trying to get into voiceover right now, and I mean it kind of makes sense because it's something you can do from home.
Right.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And you can make some decent money at it if you get the job.
Right. Well, and I think that's how a lot of these kind of, I don't want to say digital or online kind of careers, I think people think that it's easy, but I think there's a lot of hard work that goes into doing. I mean, you were not only the narrator for the story, you produced it. You had to edit it and put it all together. And that's not, I think that's probably if I had to guess, that would be the harder part of it, trying to, sift through that.
I'm still learning so much about editing right now. And I feel like there are a billion other things that I will need to learn in the future, but right now I'm just trying to learn how to pick up the pace and listen and hear, okay, this needs to go, this needs to stay, and this is how to package it nicely. And there's so much that goes into editing.
Well, and I think that's a lot of people see someone like you having fun, and it's like, I love this. And it, like I said, it makes it look like it's easy and, oh, anybody can do it. But it really, I mean, it's a talent. It's a gift to be able to do that. It's not an easy, thing to do.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a skill that takes some time to learn. Like, if you think like just now today, like, oh yeah, I want to pick up voiceover.
Right.
Well, you also need to like take acting classes, get the microphone, get the setup right, do some acoustic treatments, and really learn technique.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I've been doing for like, I don't know, a year and a half or 2 years, is just like taking classes consistently so you can learn more about the craft, and that way you can get better, and it just becomes easier, and it becomes way more fun too.
Yeah.
Once you know more about what you need and what the voiceover work requires, because there's different techniques for different things. Like audiobook is going to be highly different from doing commercial or animation, etc., etc.
Yeah. So what made you decide to give the audiobook community a try?
Well, it was kind of my first attempt at like paid voiceover gigs. So I was like, I mean, it's a chance for me to get to play with characters, because we had like at least 6, 7, 8 characters you have to put on in a book, and it's both male and female, so you get to go through a range there. Right.
So and you did it so well. I mean, I was like, listen, I was like, oh my gosh, she got it.
Oh, good. Yeah, I had so much fun. Sorry, going back to the question. What was the question again? How did I get into audio?
Yes.
Right. That, it was just basically like, you know what? I've been learning about voiceover for a bit of time now. Like, I should go out and do some auditioning. And it was kind of like my first thought, just like, oh, audiobooks, because I listen to audiobooks. Like, so why not? I get to play a character, read a story. I feel like I'm pretty good at that. So let's give it a go. Why not? You don't know until you try something.
Right.
Whether you're going to be good at it or not.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
sorry.
what is are you, oh no, you're fine. So are you like trying to do more audiobooks, or are you trying to move away from that and do more of the commercial and the animation stuff, or is it just all out there and just see what happens?
Right now, I mean, I love doing a variety of things, so I'm still in audiobooks. I have one that I'm working on right now. And I mean, I'm also doing so many auditions for all over the map. I'm doing like commercials, explainer videos, and I mean, animation kind of like fun, but mostly I'm doing more like audiobooks, commercials, explainers, e-learning, kind of the more technical
stuff. yeah but that's awesome. I think it's really cool that you can do something that you love from home with your voice.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I feel so blessed. And honestly, the pandemic has been such a blessing for me in like a work sense, because before this I was actually doing more massage therapy as a day job. But also, lucky for me, I get to live with my family, who you know, I get to live rent-free at the moment.
That's nice.
So thankful for them for that. And just, it's allowed me to have the time to be able to do more auditioning and build clientele and figure out, okay, like, where does my voice fit in this whole giant world of voiceover? Right. And so I feel like I've come more into my own, and I've figured out a little bit more about myself through this time of seclusion.
Yeah. That's awesome. So I don't think I have any more questions for you.
Same. But this is such a lovely time. I've appreciated you reaching out to me. And
you were, I mean, it was like no brainer for me. I definitely wanted to talk to you and, you know, just meet you as much as I can meet you
Yeah.
through a computer.
The interwebs.
Yeah. But thank you so much for doing this, and I'll be in touch really soon about the other books.
Cool. Yeah. Send them on over.
I will definitely. Definitely. It sounds like a plan.
Awesome. It was so nice talking to you, TK.
You too. You too.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. You're awesome, and I can't wait to work with you again and all that. Same. So, well, you be safe and your family. I hope everybody stays well during all this, and you know.
Thank you. You too. You guys stay safe out there.
Will do.
Wear all those wonderful masks you've been making.
I'll try.
Yeah.
All right. Well, have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too. It was so nice to meet you again.
You too. Bye.
Bye.